Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It is Monday, and you know what that means. Monday means we are going to write a story all together with the Story Wranglers. So if it is your first time joining us for one of these stories, welcome. Congratulations. We're so excited to have you here today. If you joined us maybe last Monday where we wrote about Billy Bob the Sixth Space Split, welcome back. If you were back with us all the way 2 weeks ago when we wrote about Jerry's Mushroom Adventure, welcome back to you as well. But today, we are going to be writing a brand new story from scratch. So let me tell you kind of how this is going to go. My name is Mr. Mitch, and I am one of the Paramount Story Wranglers. We are a group of teaching artists and musicians that create original shows based on the stories that students write. So typically, we would be going into classrooms for a 7-week in-classroom residency program with the students, writing all sorts of prompts, all sorts of themes, all sorts of different things with all sorts of different students. And then at the end of that, we collect all the student stories and perform what we think is each student's best work live on stage for the whole school. Now, obviously, we can't do that right now because gathering large groups of people is generally advised against. So we are teaching our classes online via Facebook Live, and every lesson will be posted afterwards on our YouTube page, youtube.com/the Paramount Story Wranglers. So if you know anyone who needs to see this video that maybe couldn't make it to the live writing right now, you can send them to our YouTube or send them back to our Facebook, Paramount EDU ATX, and they can be a part of this story writing experience as well. Now, today, I am super excited because the story we're writing today is going to be based on a picture prompt. Now, a prompt, that's kind of a funny word. It has way too many consonants in it. But a prompt is just a suggestion. It's just an idea for something you could write about. And today our prompt is going to be a picture. So in just a few seconds, I'm going to show you this picture, and every idea we come up with all together today is going to be inspired by this picture. So even if you already had other ideas in your head, maybe you had a really good idea for what you wanted to write about, today we're going to focus on the picture. If you do have those other ideas, feel free to go to our website, austintheater.org/Story Wranglers, and there is a space there where you can write your own story. You can write it from beginning to end, just you. You get to decide who our character is, who our setting is, everything you want. As people are still trickling in, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Who are you? Where are you from? I'm seeing some people already. Roxana from Blanton. I see Lucy from Ridgetop. I'm seeing all sorts of friends starting to come into our comments, and I love that. I love to see all of your, I can't see your faces, but I assume they're very beautiful faces, and they're smiling, and they're very excited to write this story. Hi, Leila and Heather. So happy to have you. So today, like I said, our picture is going to be coming from, our story is going to be coming from a picture. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you that picture. If you've written a story with us before, then you know how this goes. We're going to come up with characters and settings. But for right now, I want you to look very carefully at this picture. And I want you to start thinking, who is in this picture? What is in this picture? Where are they? What do we think that person's name is? I'm going to hold this up for a few more seconds while I say hello to more of my friends. Hi, Wyatt. Hi, Camry. Hello, Miss Bally. And your whole second grade class. Awesome. So excited to have you here. Hello, Emmett and Marina. So many friendly faces here. So happy to see you. Thank you for being here, Isaac and Claire. All sorts of friends. Awesome. So this picture, like I said, is going to be what we're writing our story about today. And in case we forget about it or we get a little confused, I'm going to post it right up here so everybody can see it. And we can always come back to it if we are stuck or confused or need a little more help on our story today. I am so excited. I already see lots of great ideas coming into the comments of all of our friends coming up with character names and settings. But before we do any of that, we have to go over our steps of writing. So I am going to point you right over here to our steps of writing poster. You will see our first step of writing is to brainstorm. And whether you knew it or not, that's what you already were doing. So we have a special motion and sound that goes with every single one of our steps of writing. And we're going to do the first one right now. Brainstorm. You put your fingers next to your head. You wiggle them around like there's a storm happening inside of your brain. And then in your best zombie voice, you're going to say, brainstorm. Everybody at home, fingers around your head, wiggle them, and in your best zombie voice say, brainstorm. Awesome. I already see so many storms happening in your brains based on these comments. So like we said, everything we come up with is going to be from this picture. So you can already start brainstorming your characters in the comments like I see. Now remember that characters are the people or the things or the main person in a story, but it does not have to be a person, right? There's no person in this picture. We have a dog here. So anything you want for this character today. All right, I am seeing Buck the surfer dude dog. I love that. Ella the dog. And I know I saw so many others earlier that were all really great ideas as well. Dallas the dog, Luigi the water skiing dog. These are so good. Awesome! We have so many good characters. Lexi the water puppy, and they're all very different. A very cute dog. Bark Bark the baby wolf. These are so good. Now, I could go all day coming up with these characters. They're really good ideas. But for now, we're going to freeze on our characters because we have a lot of really good ones already. Now remember, if I did not quite get to your character or you said it earlier and I didn't have time to write it down, remember that you can write your own very own story at austintheater.org/Story Wranglers. So if your character did not make the list today, that is okay. All of your ideas are really amazing and really awesome, and I want to hear about them. So if you have another character that didn't make it on this list, I want you to take it to austintheater.org/Story Wranglers. There's a button that says write a story with us, and I want you to enter your ideas, enter your characters, and come up with maybe your own story that could be even different than what we write today. But we have a lot of good characters here already. Buck the surfer dude dog, Ella the dog, Dallas the dog, Luigi the water skiing dog, and Bark Bark the baby wolf. So many good ideas. For no particular reason, I just really like the name Luigi. So I think we should write today about Luigi the water skiing dog. Now the next thing I'm going to ask for us to do is come up with some adjectives to describe Luigi the water skiing dog. We already know they're a dog, and we already know that they water ski. I want to know, what is their personality like? What do they do maybe after they're done water skiing? What sort of things do they, how would their friends describe them? I want some words to describe this dog, Luigi the water skiing dog. How could we describe Luigi to someone who has maybe never met Luigi before? Are they a happy dog, a sad dog, silly or funny? Come up with your own adjectives in the comments. and let me know some things about Luigi, the water skiing dog, that I wouldn't get necessarily just by looking at their picture, which, by the way, is right here. If you need any inspiration or any ideas, maybe they can come from this picture. Awesome, I'm seeing they love adventure, so adventurous. Ooh, I love that adjective. They're a fun dog. They love to eat snow cones. Ugh, same. Maybe that's why I really like this name, Luigi the water skiing dog. Wonderful, they eat pizza and ice cubes. Fun. They're adorable and fluffy. Oh, I like all of these. All right, we have so many good adjectives in the comments, so many good describing words, but I am going to choose these three for right now. We have fluffy, we have adventurous, and we have fun. And honestly, that is what I'm looking for in a dog usually. I want them to be fluffy, I want them to be adventurous, and I want them to be fun. And Luigi, the water skiing dog, has all three of those locked down. So I think we have a really good, well-rounded character. There's so many good ideas and so many other things. I'm seeing musical, or they eat pizza. They love carrots and Pokemon cards. I love all of these ideas. Maybe they'll show up in our story later. But for right now, we're going to write about Luigi, the water skiing dog, who is fluffy, adventurous, and fun. Now, let's start to think about settings. Now remember, we're writing from this picture right here, and when you're coming up with settings, start to write them in the comments, but think creatively. Obviously, we know that this dog is on water, right? But what is that body of water? Is it a lake? Is it the ocean? Is it an ocean I've never heard of before that maybe we could name right now? I see lots of good ideas already coming in. On the beach, that makes sense with this picture. Good job tying it back to our picture prompt today. So start to think of all the creative places that Luigi the water skiing dog might be. At the sea, I love it. Keep them coming. What could we call this place where Luigi the water skiing dog is? And it could even incorporate these ideas we already have. Maybe we name the beach, or maybe we name the sea. Something we've never heard of before. Fun, creative, new ideas. Oh, the Great Salt Lake. I've heard of that before, but that's a pretty clever idea. I love it. Keep them coming. Let me know if you have any other great settings in your brain. A tropical island. Ooh. That sounds fun. The Atlanta Sea. I love all of these. Oh, these are so good. All right, we are almost full on our paper, so I'm gonna pause it there for now. Let's leave our settings be for now, and remember, like I said with characters, if you already had a really good setting in your brain, maybe you could write about that setting in your very own story at austintheater.org/Story Wranglers. Awesome, friends! Thank you so much for helping me come up with our character and our setting. I don't know if it is just because I am really missing the outdoors and the sunshine and the beach and all of those things, but wow, a tropical island sounds so nice right now. So I think Luigi is going to be on a tropical island. Now, my next challenge for you is, what do we call this tropical island? What's its name? Hawaii is a tropical island, but the land is called Hawaii. So let's think of, what could we name this island? A brand new name that I've never heard of before. I want to come up with a very special place for Luigi the water skiing dog. What could we call it? And then also, how do we describe that island? Think about your senses. What does it feel like there? What does it smell like there? Think of, what do you hear when you're on this tropical island? start putting your ideas in the comments. Oh, I like this idea of a food buffet island. That sounds delicious. Let's get a few more just to see. Kuja Island. Definitely never heard of that. A carrot tropical island. Coconut Island. I love all of these ideas. Love Beach. Ooh, yes, I'm going to combine some ideas because I really like combining ideas. It's a little bit of what one person said and a little bit of what another person said, and we mix them all together and get a brand new idea that's even greater than the sum of its parts. So I heard Love Beach, and I also heard Coconut. And maybe it's because the song is stuck in my head right now, but I'm thinking I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. So let's do Lovely Coconut Island. Sounds so tropical. Let me get some of your wonderful adjectives in here. Ooh, it's amazing. There's birds and squirrels everywhere. Oh, Paleta Island is a really great setting as well. Tell me how it is on Coconut Island, on lovely Coconut Tropical Island. What is it like there? I think with the idea that that Luigi is fluffy and adventurous and fun, what are all the different things that he might be able to participate in on this lovely Coconut Island? It's covered in palm trees, it's warm and breezy. Oh, these are such good details. So it has palm trees, and I also heard birds and squirrels, I believe. It's warm. Oh, that sounds nice. Especially it was chilly this morning, so a warm island sounds nice. Ooh, red sand and clear water. Ooh, this sounds so nice. All right, I'm going to have to stop it there. These are such good ideas, and they're making me really wish I could go on vacation right now. So I think we're just going to have to end it there. We're going to write about Luigi, the water skiing dog, who is fluffy, adventurous, and fun. Luigi, the water skiing dog, is going to be at the lovely Coconut Tropical Island where there are palm trees, birds, and squirrels. It's warm, there's red sand, and clear water. And like I said, all of your ideas are so great, and if I wrote them all, my hand would probably get really tired. So if I didn't get to your idea today, don't worry, it is a great idea. Go to our website and maybe write a story about that setting or that character. But with that, we have officially finished our first step of writing, and that is brainstorm. Let's do the motion one more time all together in 3, 2, 1. Brainstorm. Nice. All right, now that we have our character and our setting, as well as some adjectives, some details about them, I think we're ready to move on to our next step of writing. I'm gonna flip my paper, get a new fresh marker, and move on to our second step of writing. Now, our second step of writing is one of my favorite motions to do. You are going to get your feather pen, your very fancy, old-fashioned feather pen. You are going to hold it up in the air, and then in your best British accent, your best Harry Potter accent, you're going to say, "First draft." Can everyone do that at home? Here we go. First draft. Yes, very fancy, very fancy. Now, the thing I love about our first draft is it's just our chance to get all of our ideas out there. And our ideas do not have to be perfect. We can always go back and fix it or change it later. So, we are ready for our first draft. I love seeing it in the comments. Thank you, friends. And when we do our first draft, we are going to use our story spine. Now, a story spine are just some sentence stems, some starters, to help us write our story. Every sentence helps us introduce a new concept to our story. And just like the spine in your back holds up your back nice and straight so that you can move around and go from point A to point B, the story spine helps give your story some structure so that your story can go anywhere that you want to take it. And I'm very excited to see where we take it today. So our first point in our story spine is once upon a time. Now, in our once upon a time sentence, what we're trying to do is introduce our character and our setting. So we are going to introduce the character of Luigi the water skiing dog, and we are going to introduce the setting of the lovely coconut tropical island. So if you have an idea for what you want the first sentence to be, make sure it starts with once upon a time, and write it in the comments below. Once upon a time, and introduce our character and setting. I'll go ahead and write once upon a time on our paper. Tell me who our character is, where they are, and also maybe what they're doing. I have an idea for what they're doing just based on the picture alone. Once upon a time, there was a very happy dog with his owner on a lovely coconut tropical island. They loved water skiing. I think that is such a great sentence. It introduces our character, it introduces our setting, and it tells me what they're doing there. So once upon a time, there was a happy dog named Luigi and his owner on a lovely coconut tropical island. I love it. Once upon a time, there was a happy dog named Luigi and his owner on a lovely coconut tropical island. That is a great first sentence for our story. Now I want us to think of, what do you think Luigi the water skiing dog wanted? What could Luigi the water skiing dog want? It could be something that he wants to do. It could be a goal he wants to accomplish. It could be a thing he wants to get. Let's think about what Luigi the water skiing dog might want. And his owner, for that matter. We have a whole new character in this story now. What do you think they want? Go ahead and write in the comments, what ideas do you think that Luigi and their owner might want? What do they want? I feel like on a tropical island, you have everything you could ever need. What do you think they wanted there? All right, he wanted to have new water skis. He wanted a chew toy. He wanted to win the big pasta prize. He wanted to gather all the coconuts to make coconut juice for the entire island. Oh, these are all so good. He wanted so many water skis. He wants to water ski on a surfboard. Ooh, these are all such good ideas. I like this idea of a water ski because that's something that we brainstormed about our character. They like to water ski, right? Oh, these are so wonderful. Okay, I'm going to say I like this idea of water skiing. And then several people brought up the idea of coconut juice or coconut milk for the island. So how about we combine those two ideas? And I'm going to say they wanted to water ski around the island to get coconuts and make coconut juice. I like that. That is a good want for our character to have. They wanted to water ski around the island to get coconuts and make coconut juice. Now you know where we're going next, but there's a problem. There's a problem why he can't just water ski all around the island and get everything that he wants. What could the problem be for Luigi the water skiing dog? Now in this picture, it doesn't look like he has a problem water skiing. So what else could be the problem in our story? Why can't Luigi and his owner get the coconuts they want to make the coconut juice? Go ahead and write in the comments if you have ideas of why they can't get what they want. There's crab surfers. Ooh, there's a monster that protected. But the owner was tired. Ooh, lots of good ideas. He doesn't have very much money. Lots of really good ideas. The island was so big. His skis broke. Oh, all of these are really good problems. I think, again, I'm going to combine these ideas because you're coming up with such good ones. I want to make sure that as many get in there as possible. So, but a crab monster was guarding all the coconuts. Bum, bum, bum. I'm gonna be honest, Luigi and his owner are pretty brave, because if I found a giant crab monster guarding some coconuts, I don't think I would go any further. So many good ideas for the problem in our story, but now we need to come up with a solution. There's a crab monster guarding all the coconuts. How are they going to deal with this problem? Luigi and his owner, they're water skiing around. They want to get all of the coconuts to make coconut juice. But a crab monster is guarding all of the coconuts. What is the solution? Are they going to make friends with the crab monster? Are they going to distract the crab monster? Are they going to deal with it some other way? Completely avoiding the crab monster altogether? So many good ideas. Let's see, what could we do to help Luigi and his owner get these coconuts? They want to get them, but a crab monster is guarding them. How do they overcome this problem? They could tie him up. It could turn out that the crab was nice. They took a scary shortcut. The crab monster said, "Chicka chicka boom boom, I'll let you have the coconuts if you share the juice with me." Oh, these are such good ideas. They could swim under them or use a pogo stick, roast it on a stove. I don't know if we want to hurt any of the other characters in the story. I like this idea, and I'm seeing it from a couple different people, of somehow including the crab in all of this. So, then they made a deal with the crab. The crab would share his coconuts if Luigi and his owner shared the juice. I saw that coming from a couple different people, and I think that is a really good idea. It's a nice compromise, right? Now, we have to think of the last sentence in our story. How is this story going to wrap up? What's going to change for the characters in our story? How do things change for Luigi and his owner and the crab monster? How could we end this story in a way that sort of ties everything up so we can say the end? Now, we know that the problem is that the crab monster was guarding all the coconuts, but the solution is that they made a deal with the crab that he would share his coconuts if Luigi and his owner shared the juice. So how does this story end? And ever since that day, what could change? Everyone got to share all of the coconuts. They had a great day. They teach the crab how to water ski. They enjoyed the coconut juice and made coconut milkshakes. Oh, these are all such good ideas. But I like they're all kind of revolving around this idea of everyone got what they wanted, which is so nice when that happens in the story. It doesn't always work that way in real life, so let's take it where we can get it. Let's give every character what they want. So ever since that day, they made coconut milkshakes and shared them with the crab. I love it. The crab still gets to have some coconuts in his life from the coconut milkshakes. Luigi and his owner got what they wanted, the good coconut juice. I think this is such a good first draft. I really love it. I think we are ready to finish that step of writing, but we can't finish it until we do the motion all together. So remember, get out your very fancy feather pen, hold it in the air, and we will say, first draft. Excellent. Now remember, there are so many good ideas happening here that I may not have all the time to get every single idea on the paper, and that's okay. If you have some really good ideas, make sure that you are writing them, giving them to us, writing your own story with your very own ideas at austintheater.org/Story Wranglers. Now, we are ready to move to our next step of writing, and I'm already seeing some comments coming in about our next step of writing. Our next step of writing is where we get to go through our story and fix anything we need to fix, change anything we need to change, maybe explain some things a little further so that we all have a better understanding of what's going on in the story. And for that, we're going to need our revision toolbox. So I'm trying to think where we put it last year, or last week. I think I put mine in my hair. I think I got my little revision toolbox and I folded it all up and I put it, oh, yep, there it is. It's in my hair. All right, I'm gonna blow it up. I've got it. Everyone else, get your revision toolbox. Have it ready to go. And remember the squeaky, creaky noise that this toolbox makes when you open it. I'll demonstrate. It says, revise. Everybody, open up your toolbox at home. Revise. Excellent. Inside, you will find 3 tools. The first one is your organization hammer, which is right over here. The organization hammer makes this noise. It says, organization. Everybody, organization. Excellent. Now, when we organize our story, we're trying to get more details to help clarify the story. We want to know specifics. So we might ask questions like how, why, or what else to make our story really complete so that we don't leave the reader or the audience with any questions. So let's go through the story. And I'll ask a few questions, and then I need you to write those answers in the comments so that I can add those wonderful details into our story. Let's see what happens. Once upon a time, there was a happy dog named Luigi and his owner on a lovely coconut tropical island. My first question is, what is the owner's name? What could we name this owner? Let's see if we have any ideas in the comments. We know the dog's name is Luigi, and I think that is a perfect name for a water skiing dog. But I want to know, what is the owner's name? What else could we call this character other than just owner? Because he shows up a lot, he or she, I'm not sure. Tell me in your comments what you think the owner's name is, so that we can give that character a name. When we give that character a name, they suddenly seem so much more important in our story. And I think this owner is very important. Sticks with Luigi all the way through the crab monster, helps Luigi make the coconut milkshakes. So tell me what you think this character's name could be in our story. Every idea is a good idea, and like I said, we may not be able to choose every single idea, because it would get kind of confusing if the owner had 7 different names. But let's come up with an idea and put it in the comments so that I can write it up here. Let's see, I'm trying to give some, I'm getting names for the crab. We'll get there in a second. I want to know right now if we have any names for the owner. I see Michael, I see Mario, I get it, Mario and Luigi, I see what you did there, but I want us to come up with new ideas. I kind of like this idea of Michael the surfer dude, because you've got to be a pretty cool surfer dude to have a dog that can water ski. His owner, Michael. on a lovely coconut tropical island. They wanted to water ski around the island to get coconuts and make coconut juice. That makes sense to me, and we already sort of answered a question. That's what I really love about this sentence. They wanted to water ski around the island to get coconuts, and then I might ask, why? Why did they want coconuts? Oh, to make coconut juice. And then I assume they'll probably want to drink it. But a crab monster was guarding all of the coconuts. Now I've seen this in the description or in the comments several times. The crab monster needs a name, right? And I have seen several different people say something along the lines of Mr. Pincher. Mr. Pincher, the crab monster. A crab monster named Mr. Pincher, which is such a good name for a crab monster, was guarding all of the coconuts. Why? Why was Mr. Pincher guarding all of the coconuts? Why was this crab so obsessed with coconuts, and why wouldn't he let anyone have them? Why was Mr. Pincher guarding all of the coconuts? It seems like kind of a rude thing to do, if you ask me. If you're guarding all the coconuts for yourself, why would you do that? Why do you think Mr. Pincher was trying to keep all of the coconuts for themselves? Because other people very clearly want these coconuts. Luigi wants them, his owner Michael wants them. Why do you think the crab was guarding them and keeping them all to himself? He was a coconut crab. He needed coconuts for his food. I love these ideas. So those sort of go together. He wanted the coconuts for himself. Why didn't he share? Oh, it's a family thing. He decided no one else could get them. He didn't know how to share. I think that's a really good idea. He didn't know how to share. Because sometimes we may get frustrated or we may get downtrodden if someone won't share something with us, and sometimes it may just be that they don't know they're supposed to share. They maybe are not used to sharing, and so I think that's a really good idea. This coconut crab, Mr. Pincher, I am going to leave that, a coconut crab monster. Coconut crab monster named Mr. Pincher was guarding all the coconuts because he didn't know how to share. Then they made a deal with the crab. The crab would get coconuts if Luigi and his owner shared the juice. I don't have any questions about that. That makes a lot of sense to me. We know why the crab would share, and we know what both of them are getting out of it, right? And that's the really good thing. When we write these stories, I like to think of these characters as someone I might know in my life. And I think it's really nice that they're sharing with each other, because when you share something with someone else, you often get something back in return. Even if it's just that you make them smile, or you make them laugh, or you make them happy, that's a great reason to share. Now, coconut milkshakes are also a really, really good reason to share. So if you ever come across those opportunities, don't turn them down. But sometimes just making someone else happy is a really good reason to share. And ever since that day, they made coconut milkshakes and shared them with the crab. Awesome! I want one more sentence on this very last sentence. I want one more detail, and I want us to think of a word to describe how did they feel at the end of this story. How did they feel once they finally got the coconuts they wanted? They got the coconut milkshakes. The crab shared. Luigi and Michael got the coconuts that they wanted all story to get. How did everyone feel at the end of this story? And I'm feeling happy is pretty good, but I bet we can come up with a more descriptive word for that. So let's think a little deeper, a little harder. They all felt And you can think, how might I feel if I finally got the coconuts I wanted? Or if I finally shared with my friends? They were excited. They were super happy. I love it. Joyful and hydrated. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to make that a combo. They all felt joyful and hydrated. I love it. And I saw in our comments that we were maybe confused a little bit about if the crab didn't know how to share. How did he end up sharing? And I think in this sentence, then they made a deal with the crab. The crab would share his coconuts if Luigi and his owner shared the juice. So I think Luigi and Michael kind of taught the crab, this is what sharing means, and I'll share my juice. This is what I'll do. So I think this is a really good story, and I think we used our organization hammer very well. So let's do it one more time. Hammers up in the air, and let's do the motion in 3, 2, 1. Organization! Awesome. Let's put that tool back into our toolbox. And now I want you to get out your word choice drill. Our word choice drill is the tool that we use when we go through our story and we drill out the boring old words that we hear all the time, and we put in new, exciting, descriptive, fun, spicy words. So let's do the motion. I will do it, and then I'll ask you to do it. Word choice. Now everyone at home. Word choice. Excellent. Now with our word choice drills, we're going to read through this story, and I'm going to freeze on some words that I need more help with. Some words that we can make more fun or exciting. Once upon a time, there was a happy dog named Luigi and his owner Michael on a lovely coconut tropical island. They wanted to water ski around the island to get coconuts and make coconut juice. I'm going to do my first freeze on the word get. They wanted to get coconuts. Try and think of another word that means the same thing as get, but is maybe more descriptive. But a coconut crab monster named Mr. Pincher was guarding all of the coconuts because he didn't know how to share. Then they made a deal with the crab. The crab would share his coconuts if Luigi and his owner shared the juice. And ever since that day, they made coconut milkshakes and shared them with the crab. They all felt joyful and hydrated. I want to freeze on made. They made coconut milkshakes. Let's think of another word that means the same thing as made, but is maybe more descriptive. There's maybe more, a little juicier word. So we have get and made, and I feel like I should freeze on one more. Let's freeze on happy. Kind of how we talked about earlier. Happy is a word that we hear a lot, right? I feel happy. Let's think of another word that is maybe more extreme. So we have happy, get, and made. Think of different words that mean the same thing, synonyms for happy, get, and made, but they're maybe more descriptive. Let's see. I like this idea of search for coconuts, because you have to search for them before you get them, right? They wanted to water ski around the island to search for coconuts and make coconut juice. That makes sense to me. And search for is a much more descriptive word than just get. If you get something, that seems really easy. You just get it. If you search for it, it's a whole process. Joyful dog, the overjoyed dog. Created instead of made, and joyful. Wow, I'm seeing a lot of joyful. Let's go with it. There was a joyful dog. I love when lots of people have the same ideas, because what that tells me is that we all are on the same wavelength. We're all sort of thinking in a similar way. Sometimes it can get frustrating if someone else takes your idea, but if you all come up with the same idea, it's really exciting and really fun. And then the last one, made. I see a lot of create. So let's go with that. They created coconut milkshakes. And created makes me kind of think that this was a whole process. Instead of just making it, they had to create it. And that kind of sounds like they made it from scratch. Like they had to invent the recipe and then make it all together and cook it and fix it and stir it and blend it and whatever else they had to do. I've never made a coconut milkshake before, so this is new territory for me. I'll have to talk to Luigi and Michael. I think these are such good words, friends. Joyful instead of happy, totally more descriptive. Search for instead of get, absolutely. And created instead of made. These are so fun. Thank you for your help. Now it's time to put away our word choice drill, but let's all do the motion one more time. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Word choice. Awesome. I'm gonna put that back into my toolbox, and now I'm going to get my last tool. And that is the main idea light bulb. So the main idea light bulb is what our story is mostly about. So the main idea in our story is going to become our title. Right now, this story is called First Draft, and that doesn't really tell me anything about what's going on in this story. I want us to think of what could we call this story. That's the main idea. Ding! And the main idea is where we title the story and say what our story is mostly about. So if you have an idea, even if you put it on the other video, go ahead and put it here now, because I need a title for this story, and I want to know what ideas you have out there in Facebook, wherever you are. What do we call this story? Now, for a refresher, while you're thinking about it, I'm just going to read through it so we're all back on the same page, literally and figuratively. Once upon a time, there was a joyful dog named Luigi and his owner, Michael, on a lovely coconut tropical island. They wanted to water ski around the island to search for coconuts and make coconut juice. But a coconut crab monster named Mr. Pincher was guarding all the coconuts because he didn't know how to share. Then they made a deal with the crab. The crab would share his coconuts if Luigi and his owner shared the juice. And ever since that day, they created coconut milkshakes and shared them with the crab. They all felt joyful and hydrated. Such a good story. So many good titles are coming in to our comments. I see The Adventures of Luigi the Ski Dog. I see Coconut Milkshakes, Luigi the Water Skiing Dog. So many good ideas. Awesome. All right. I like this idea of including the character's name Luigi because it's so fun. And then I really like the idea of this story does feel like it's about friendship, right? It's about sharing and helping each other, not to mention coconut milkshakes. So I think combining a few different ideas I saw in here, we'll call it Luigi and the Coconut Milkshake Friendship. Luigi and the Coconut Milkshake Friendship. This is such a good story, friends, and I am so grateful that you helped me out, not once, but twice in 2 separate videos. Thank you so much. Now it is time to put away our main idea light bulb. Let's do the motion all together in 3, 2, 1. That's the main idea. Ding! Wonderful. We have such a good story here today. And now it is time to put everything back into our revision toolbox. Make sure you got your hammer in there, your drill, your main idea light bulb. And then we're going to shut the revision toolbox. And remember that squeaky, creaky noise it makes when it shuts. Let's shut it all together in 3, 2, 1. Revise. All right, I'm going to squish my toolbox, get it nice and tiny. And where should I put my toolbox today? I put it in my ear 2 weeks ago. Then I put it in my hair last week. I'm just going to put it in my pocket. It'll be right there in my pocket. I just got to remember to wear these pants next week when we write our story. so don't let me forget. My revision toolbox is teeny tiny and stuck in my pocket. It'll be there when I need it. And now that means there's only one step of writing left, and that is to publish. Now, if you've joined us before, you know publish is where normally the Story Wranglers would act out your story live in front of your school. But because we are social distancing, we are not going to be acting out these stories right here and right now. I'm only one man. But I know there's a lot of you out there, so I want to see how you can publish these stories. You can either create a brand new story on our website, austintheater.org/Story Wranglers, or you can publish this very story. You can act it out at home, or maybe you could draw a picture about it. Or maybe you could get help from your mom or dad or brothers or sisters to help you act out this story with all the different characters. It is completely up to you. But no matter what you do, make sure that you share your story with us using hashtag Story Wranglers so that we can see all of the great publishing work that you've been doing. Also, there is a new special thing that we've kind of been doing, but it is official this week. Now, from moving forward, every Monday, we're going to write a story all together, right? Like we've already been doing. Every Wednesday, Miss Sarah is going to post a craft video relating to the story. So if you missed the Billy Bob Space Split banana ice cream from last week, make sure you scroll back on our feed and see that video. Miss Sarah teaches you how to make ice cream based on the story that we wrote last week. And I can't wait to see what she's going to come up with Luigi and the coconut milkshake friendship. Then, on Monday we write the story. On Wednesday, there's a craft. And on Friday, a professional musician is taking these stories that you write with us here on Mondays, and they are creating a brand new original song, never heard before, a world premiere song right here on our Facebook every Friday. And if you have not seen Miss Jen's Billy Bob the Six Space Split, you are missing out. So again, scroll back, check out our old videos. They are so fun. And if you helped us write that story, then that's all you. Congratulations. You did such a good job. You inspired someone to make ice cream and write a song based on the amazing ideas in your brain. You should feel very proud of yourself. So, moving forward, that's going to be our thing. Every Monday we'll write a story, on Wednesday we'll do a craft, and on Friday, the story we wrote on Monday will be transformed into a brand new song. It is going to be so fun. Now, I think that is all I have in terms of announcements. Remember that you can write your own story at any time by using our website, austintheater.org/The Story Wranglers. There's a little button where you can download your very own Story Wrangler journal, or there's another button where you can type in your very own story and it will get sent straight to the Story Wranglers, and we would love to see all of the cool, amazing ideas you've been coming up with. And that is not a Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing. That is an anytime thing. Anytime you want to write a story, go to austintheater.org/Story Wranglers. The last thing I will say is we have been working on digital shows in the Story Wranglers. So normally we would perform them live in front of the whole school. And last week we shared our very first digital show with Highland Park Elementary, Go Scotties. And if you want to check out that show, make sure to go to our YouTube, youtube.com/the Paramount Story Wranglers, or just look up Story Wranglers on YouTube. You will find not only the amazing Highland Park digital show, but you will find so many previous stories being acted out in front of the whole school. It's really fun. It's really cool. Make sure to like and subscribe so that you know whenever we share new content there. And if you don't already, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at Paramount EDU ATX. And the last and final thing I will say today is if this lesson meant anything to you, if you are you're at home, you are trying to find ways to be involved educationally and academically, trying to find things that are challenging for your students, if any of this means anything to you, you can always donate to this program and all the amazing work it does all over Austin ISD and beyond. Great work, friends. Thank you so much for writing this story with me today, despite some technical difficulties. And to go out, I'm going to show you. You see that? You see Luigi? Who knew that we would have such an awesome story based on this picture right here? But you all did it. Thank you so much for all your help, and I cannot wait to see what you come up with next week. Bye!